in with some sad news, and Sir Frank Williams, the founder and former team principal of Williams Racing, has died at the age of 79.
It's been a very sad week, but it's clear by the amount of flowers and tributes to Frank what he meant to everybody, including the ginger nuts what are down there. If anybody knew Frank, that was his favourite biscuits, and it's very touching to see everybody paying their respects to Frank, and it's affected a lot of people, I think.
So we're here in Jeddah. It's obviously our first time, and it's going to be an emotional weekend for the whole team, all things considered, but obviously looking forward to going out there and racing hard and as fast as possible in Frank's honour, and that's what he would have wanted us to do.
Okay, so we're on the track walk here in the Jeddah Street Circuit, but yeah, it seems like a very fast and fun track so far, kind of what I experienced in the sim. So just exiting the banked corner, which is I think going to be quite fun. We got to experience that a little bit in Zandvoort. So far, like I said, my impressions are I think it's really going to be an enjoyable track to drive. Obviously street tracks are always so exciting in these cars, and you know, as it's been advertised, this is going to be the fastest street race on the calendar. So yeah, very much looking forward to getting running on the track.
So the team members, we've all got black armbands, and we've got a really nice tribute on the car, which is in memory of Frank. And this weekend is really, we're racing in his honour, and it's been really nice that the whole paddock is just sort of flooded with messages. All the cars that I'm aware of on the grid are all going to also be carrying the Frank logo, which is a really lovely touch, and I know Frank would love to have seen that. And so yeah, we can't wait to get racing in his honour.
So this weekend I will be running a special helmet in tribute to Sir Frank. I know navy was his favourite colour, and it's the helmet design that he used when he drove with Lewis back in 2019 around Silverstone. So I think that was the most suitable. Obviously the W for Williams on the back and Frank's name on the side.
You miss his presence, you miss him wheeling himself around the garage, you know, he always liked to be there, cars firing up, you know, he used to like the pit stop practice, you know, whenever there was action, there was Frank, you know, he always he just loved it.
Yeah, he has an aura around him, and a lot of respect and a lot of love. I'm glad I had the opportunity to work for him.
Whenever he was around and in the garage, the atmosphere in the garage was just fantastic. It was like he lifted everybody up. And also when we were down in the race bay late at night building the cars, packing freight to go away on flyaways, he would always come down and have a chat with the boys. He's going to be sadly missed.
The best memories I have of Frank, the comms office was always on the same floor as Frank's office, and so he'd come round every day and he'd always ask what you were doing, what you were working on. He had such an interest in everything that every single person was doing in the company. He wanted to know it all. He was just such an incredible human being, and I'm so grateful to have been able to call him my boss.
Just started qualifying at Saudi. Traffic's going to be a big problem, so we fired up the cars early and waited down the end of the pit lane for track position, so fingers crossed, should be a good position.
Yeah, P14 today, I think probably where the car is at the moment, a little bit further from Q3 than we would have liked. I mean, our rivals in Alfa Romeo were quite a bit ahead of us, and a bit tricky to understand why we're not a little bit further up the order. As the car feels good, I felt quite good within, but that overall grip just wasn't really there. So, on to tomorrow.
Obviously, we're very, very sad to hear the news that we've lost to Frank. He was a battler. He fought just about everything that was thrown at him, and I think his legacy will stand for as long as there's Formula One, frankly.
Initially, Frank was the man who gave me the opportunity to enter Formula One. He saw the talent in me and gave me the opportunity to be a race driver, and we scored multiple podiums with Frank together, and it was a lot of good fun. And yeah, really missed that feeling when the whole team was racing for Frank, because it was his passion to get the team to the top. So it was amazing moments.
He achieved so much, a pure racer in the best sense of the phrase, and it was such a pleasure to watch him at work, what he achieved in Formula One, and just how he went about the business of F1.
He was an iconic character. I did my school project at 12 years old in the Williams team, so for someone in Britain, he was a very iconic figure.
He was highly ambitious and a person I'm still very much looking up to. Him and Nicky are for me the impersonification of resilience, stamina, never give up, and he was just a great person, and the three of us can deem ourselves lucky to have met such an icon and such a fantastic personality.
Race time, 14th and 16th, so let's see how we get on.
I always thought he was taller than that.
So we just had another red flag. Fortunately, George got hit pretty hard by Mazepin, who was trying to avoid Perez, who'd also crashed into the wall, so a bit of carnage. And now we're ready to go again, and we've just got Nicky in the race, so just all eyes on him now.
Yeah, so that's our first race here at the Jeddah track done. Clearly a race of attrition. I think it looked that way like it was going to be very early on, all the stop-starts and a few big incidents, of which thankfully everyone was okay. Unfortunate to lose George at the second restart. It was very touch and go for me there as well. But yeah, in the end I think we were just lacking some pace. Just giving it everything I had. Very, very tough race, physically and mentally. Stop-started nature, all the VSCs, but yeah, we saw after qualifying we were just missing some pace, and that was clearly going to carry out into the race. So put the car back home in one piece. Just good going into the last race of the season, and let's see what we can do there.